Hey guys, it's Marble Tyler from STG, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Xbox Game Pass. So now, why is this a big deal right now? Is because Sea of Thieves just came out last month, and it is a day one game. So in case you're unaware, the Game Pass is a Netflix for gaming of sorts. The general idea is you pay about $10 a month. Actually, it is $10 a month. You can prepay as well. And you have access to 100 plus Xbox games. You have a ton of everything from original Xbox games to 360 games to modern, Xbox One games. Now, what's really special about this deal is that it includes Microsoft exclusives such as Sea of Thieves, as you're seeing right now. Xbox Game Pass includes it, even though the game came out last week. Day one, you can play it. In 2 months, State of Decay 2 is going to be coming out. It will be available day one, Xbox Game Pass. When Halo 6 comes out, or whatever the next Halo title is, whether it's a spin-off or whatever, it will be available day one for Xbox Game Pass. So the beauty of that is, instead of spending $60 to buy this game, in which case I would argue Sea of Thieves isn't worth $60, you're only spending $10 a month, and you have access to all those games. Sea of Thieves doesn't have any locked DLC right now, and I believe they're going to be free expansions. Don't quote me on that. So you have the entire game for free. Halo 5 is on this pass. Halo 5 didn't have any, expansions or DLC. It was a game completely based on microtransactions, so all the DLC was free, and you have total free access to it if you have the Game Pass, $10 a month. You didn't have to spend $60 or however much you want to spend on the games. You spend $120 a year, you get 2 full retail Xbox games, and it's paid for. Now, you might be saying, this is a great deal. Has anyone else tried it yet? There is some competition to the Game Pass, but none of them are quite as good as a deal as Game Pass. For example, PlayStation actually has the PlayStation Now, which is a streaming service. So like Netflix, you're streaming things, but the issue is you're streaming video games. Why does that sound like a big deal, or why is that a big problem? Well, when you stream a video game as opposed to download it, you have input lag. So, for example, say you're playing Sea of Thieves, and you hit the right trigger to swing the sword, you're not going to be able to swing it immediately, and you might get hit, you might die, whatever might happen, because you couldn't, respond fast enough because the controls were delayed. And the beauty of the PlayStation Plus, or PlayStation Now, is that you have all those titles available on PC. The downside is you can't download any of them. And so while there are a lot of titles on there, you can't download them, and because of that, it makes half the games to the majority of the games unplayable, which is quite disappointing. Xbox Game Pass, you download all your titles, so you don't have to deal with that problem. You get the full access to multiplayer, everything else, and for any games that are like Sea of Thieves that are Xbox Play Anywhere, you do get access on both Xbox and PC. And you're able to download them both separately, and again, what's beautiful about this is that your progress carries over. So I've played on both my laptop for school and on my Xbox, and my same account. I'm still leveling up, I'm still gathering alliances and all that good stuff, and gathering loot. Progress carries over, and just being able to download games is incredible, which is why I suggest this way more than PlayStation Now. I've tried both, trust me. Game Pass right now is the way to go. So what else is included with the Game Pass when I subscribe? Well, of course, you get all the games that are available, so the 100 plus, I think there's like 120 or so. You do get discounts, so for example, on DLC, if there is a game that includes DLC, because these aren't all just Microsoft exclusives. You do have things like Resident Evil and games that have been out on other platforms and whatnot. These aren't just exclusives. But you do get discounts on the DLC if you decide to buy them. You get to download full games, obviously. And the game list is constantly refreshing. So what that means is both a downside and an upside. Now, if you have a favorite game, right now it's mainly been indie games. You haven't seen a lot of big titles leave. But if you have a really fun game that it's like, oh, I really enjoy it, and it might be leaving, which is the downside. The upside is, if you do really enjoy it, you will get a 20% discount off on that game. So if you do decide to buy it because it's leaving, again, you get a discount. Another great thing about the Xbox Game Pass, you were able to try it in the first place because you might not have enjoyed it in the first place. And if you didn't enjoy it, then you didn't buy it. So it didn't cost you anything. You can get a refund, quote unquote, because it's just a subscription. You don't actually... Obviously, you don't get an actual refund, but, if you had bought the game, you wouldn't be able to get a refund, is what I'm saying. So, you get to download the full list, you get to download the games, you get discounts on both the game purchases and DLC, especially if the game's leaving. And like I said, as of right now, there hasn't been any major titles leaving. The only titles I've seen leave the list so far have been mainly indie games. So, games that were like 360 arcade games, which aren't bad games, it's just, you're not seeing Halo 5 leaving right now, which is wonderful. Now, if you were to subscribe to Game Pass today, the games you're going to have access to, at least that I'd recommend, that they're going to include Sea of Thieves, of course, brand new game last week. I highly suggest trying it for yourself. I know there's some good and bad, reception on it. I'll be doing a review on it later. So suggest checking out Sea of Thieves, Halo 5, and Halo Wars 2. Both major Xbox One Halo titles have come out for the Game Pass. Go check those out. Those are just as awesome. Of course, you have Gears of War 4, which, if you haven't played that, that's incredible. I highly suggest it. You have various remasters. So not only do you have, like, for example, you're not getting the uh, backwards compatible Darksiders, games. You're getting the remastered thing. Same thing with Metro. Same thing with Resident Evil. You're getting the remasters, at least a couple of them from those lists. And you can go to Xbox.com and you can see all of the games that are available. It's quite a bit. For $10, you have access to all of them. It's a great deal. Highly suggest checking out the ones I listed. And of course, all the new and upcoming titles. I'm going to be playing State of Decay 2 when it comes out. I was going to buy it, then I subscribed to Game Pass. And I'm like, well, I can spend, the $15 on the DLC, and I have the full game instead of spending 50 to get the full game. So overall, I think it's absolutely worth it. Try the free trial. Honestly, it's 7 days or 14, depending on how you get it. You get a free trial. Check it out, and if you don't like it, you can cancel. That's fine. You can even, if you subscribe for 2 months, you can still cancel it because, you're not forced into keeping it. It's a cancel anytime program. Highly suggest it. Go check it out on Xbox.com or your Xbox One, wherever you're playing, or on Windows Store, because you do have access to it there. But check back to STG. We have some Far Cry 5 videos coming out tomorrow, more Sea of Thieves, and all that good stuff.